You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show.
Hey, it's the Floor fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV, your #1 source to after-show entertainment. Do you like my intro? I'm your host, Alikona Bradford, here breaking it down with the other lady of the hour, so please welcome her.
Hey guys, it's Laila Sadny.
That's right. You got the two girls tonight. Our
Girl
boys
power.
are absent. That's right. High five.
Story of
Give
my
it to
life.
me.
The boys are absent.
Yeah. Oh, hey. So you can tweet her at Laila Sadny. She's looking for a date.
No, I'm really no good.
She's like, please don't tweet me.
Thanks, Alikona.
Sorry, girl. Anyway, so this episode, lots of juicy stuff, lots of drama going on. But the first thing I want to talk about, a light topic, is the dance. What'd you think about the dance? Because I know you had some opinions.
I mean, the dance. They did a good job. I did notice that Yolena, though, like you were saying, like they're showing her a lot more this season, and she's doing a good job.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
she's killing it. So I was really proud of her. Yeah.
You know what I thought? Okay, first of all, she was the ringmaster, of course, very appropriate. But she just looks so sexy. I loved her hair with the poof. It reminded me a little bit of Christina Aguilera back in the day when she did the whole ringleader thing.
Yeah.
Identical. But either way, she looked amazing. Her dancing looked amazing. There were a couple other things that I wanted to say about the dance, and I think it just totally escaped me right now. But I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the family night. It was very interesting.
Family night was cute.
I feel like they did that on purpose. Like it's to show us something in the omen. That's the word I'm looking for. I feel like it was an omen, right? Because you have them have this little goofy moment, and then they have the popcorn throwing, and it was cutesy and blah blah blah. And oh, hey, this is what it would look like if we were a family. You know what I mean?
Christmas card.
Exactly. Like it's happening in the future. That's how I took it. I don't know about you.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't take it that way. I mean, just kind of like, I guess, no, I didn't really take it that way. It was just nice to see them all together, like finally just united, and it was cute. It was cute.
I thought it was cute too.
Yeah. Because especially for Asha, because she's never really had both of her parents together. So she kind of had that moment in the spotlight in front of millions of people.
Right.
But,
And honestly, I thought it was going to go bad at first.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, because there was the awkward between Sloan and Pete, and I thought, oh my God, please do not fight in public.
Yeah, like they're like messing up their like lines. They were like talking over each other.
That's
like, yeah, and then they just turned into a popcorn fight. But no, it was cute. I liked it.
Yeah. So now that we've gotten the light topic out of the way, let's just talk a little bit about the drama with a big capital D. Thank you, Derek. So Derek's mom comes into town.
Oh my gosh.
Famous comedian. Her name has left me. Do you know her name off the top of my head?
No.
You can tweet us. P.S. We're doing live. I'm at Kiss My Passport. Tweet me. I know S'more was in here too. Really cool to see her in the show. But going back to Derek and his mom.
There's been a lot of interesting revealing of mom relationships, family, history coming out.
Yeah, they're finally starting to delve into people's pasts.
Yeah, and finding out why they are the way they are.
Right.
I mean,
she's a jerk. We'll just put it out there.
I mean, the we were talking about it before we started, but the line she said in the show, like, "Oh, can you sign this ball? It's a new Louis bag for me." Like her son is just literally like a paycheck.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend that she brings is. Oh my God.
Hi, the Roman car wash.
I was like,
seriously?
Oh my God.
Really?
The Roman bath.
There you go, the Roman bath for your car. And here's the thing too is, I mean, we get to see Derek really vulnerable anyways with Asha this season, but now we get to see him vulnerable with his mom, and to see him be hurt. We've never really truly seen him hurt, and we've talked about, hey, is the cocaine coming back? Welcome back. Here it is. Right? Hi. But because the first moment when mom shows up, and the way the previews led it up to be when he's like, Mom, I thought there was going to be at least one happy moment.
Oh, I know. And then,
No.
you know, his big roast, and she doesn't show up, and they keep showing him looking at the chair and the name, and she's not there. And I was just like, my heart was like breaking for him.
You know what really ticked me off, though, if you want to bring up the roast, is when Terrence confronted him, and, you know, there's this whole... each story has their own perspective, right? And so from Derek's perspective, like, it's all about his mom and these just tragic things, and his mom finally comes to a game, and he doesn't get the ball, not once. Not once.
No.
And rude, she gets up, A, on her phone, B, gets up in the middle of the game and leaves.
Yeah.
What?
Stick it out, man. Just stick it out.
Right. And she even made reference about, oh, well, you know, he wore a suit to that one game or what have you. He insisted. Well, I'm sure there were others. Heffa, yes, there were. And obviously you didn't attend them.
Exactly.
First of all. Second of all, going back to the roast, for Terrence to say to him, like, I get that the ring is a real big deal to you and you're siding with somebody else, and I know that you're all about the team.
Wants that ring.
Yeah, but, and like I said, different perspectives. I understand. Looking at the past that he's had with Derek, and last season he was a jerk off, and you know, he put a hold on Terrence's dream. So now that he has an opportunity, I get it. However, at his roast on his day, he did not need to sit there and talk to him about, you know, I keep seeing you stare over at your mom's empty chair. Like, get over it.
Right. You don't need to bring that up, especially like, okay, that's a teammate and somewhat of a friend. I mean, friends, you're close.
Right.
You know, you see someone having their moment, you know it's bothering them. You don't push them over the edge. It's what he did.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, is he trying to like get to Derek and just like make up snap, or what is it? Because I mean, they're butting heads. I mean, they've been butting heads a lot.
Yeah. Well, even earlier when they were in the locker room
Yeah.
and stuff with Zero, but I don't think he's necessarily intentionally trying to do anything to Derek. I think that it's his own selfish moment, if you will, seeing things from his perspective.
I could see that.
But he doesn't know what's going on, so how is he supposed to know from his perspective? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't
And I mean,
know.
Terrence is going through his own issues as well, so
Right.
it might be the side effects of drugs.
Everybody's on drugs this season. What is going on?
Everyone's on the edge.
Right, right. So another troublemaker that involves all this is Yolena.
Oh.
What did you think about Yolena this episode?
I mean, she's always like her devious self and like scandalous and trying to cause problems, but she just, man, I think she's like went to a new level, I think. And I mean, she's obviously using Zero, you
Right.
know, and he will do anything for her, and they're like little partners in crime. He's in love with her. But I don't know. This episode, she was just her normal self, I think.
Here's what I think. This is what I put in my notes in caps. Get a life. Yelena, get a life. Be happy. Go, dude, Zero's fine. Like, go sleep with him and have fun and be happy about it.
Go have drinks with them and like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Have a date. He's probably willing to romance you. Go do it, girl. Why does it matter so much? Like, why does taking down Asha and Sloan matter that much to you?
Why is she so consumed with it? Like, exactly.
I don't know. It's to a point where it's unhealthy.
Yeah, it's totally unhealthy. She's obsessed.
Right.
And she's not even focusing on her own career and her own, like, you know, it's like, you're a devil girl. You were like one of the main devil girls. Like, use that and be out there and like focus on you and your career.
Right. See, here's the thing. If the writers really wanted to add a twist, this would be the appropriate time to take her down, and it could be a completely different devil girl, out of the blue. Because you're so wrapped up in Asha.
Yeah.
If I was Kyle, or if I was somebody else who maybe isn't a lead character but wanted to
Take
come
Yelena
up,
down.
yeah, it's the perfect time because you're not on your A game. You're not paying attention to your own business.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I mean, well, Asha's like her main competition, but I mean, Asha's not even trying to like.
She's not trying to compete with her.
She's not trying to compete with her at all. She's like just
Living
trying to do her
life.
thing, which is what Yelena should do.
Thank you. Exactly. I will say this, though. In my notes, I also wrote that her and Zero, to me, do make a good couple in the sense where it's like they're made for each other. They're both very manipulative.
They are.
And did you notice how when he first walked into the rehearsal space, he could read her? Your mood is this, you're doing this, and you're doing that. I can tell.
Yeah, because they're a lot alike. I mean,
Exactly.
they're that'd be an interesting relationship to see like pan out if it actually did turn into that, because they could actually be the soulmates for each other, you know, or something, because
Right.
they're very similar.
Right, very much so. What I thought was really interesting too is, well, no, you know what? I wasn't surprised when they went and investigated to get a hold of these pictures, right?
Oh,
and she's
Lord.
trying to dig into Sloan's past and blasey.
Yeah.
Okay, they go into this dude's mansion.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are a pervert.
So creepy. He's just sitting around in his bathrobe. Like,
Bathrobe, and then if you looked on the walls, there's these pictures of all these naked people. Not
Yeah.
to mention he keeps an album of people.
he has albums in drawers.
Dude, but how long ago were Pete and Sloan a hot tranny mess? Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
At least
20 some years ago,
yeah,
right?
before
yeah.
Asha.
Yeah.
So you still have those pictures and you still remember where they are?
And you look at them all the time. I mean, I got that like from him that he
Yeah.
looks at those like,
Yeah.
oh, I would love to have the doubles here again.
Yeah. And I thought he was going to proposition money, right? When Yolena's like, ooh, I'd love to have a copy.
Oh, I knew he wanted something like,
I thought it was money. And then when he said a picture, I thought, okay, is Yolena really going to stoop this
right?
low?
I knew she wasn't.
Oh, but then when Zira started taking all his clothes off, I was like, okay.
I was like, oh yeah, you go.
This is a new show.
This is way better.
I'm okay with this show.
Much better.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it too, though. In real life, Adamson was a model, still probably currently is working, I believe. I'm sure he's done it all. So for this, he was probably, yeah, okay,
That's
whatever.
nothing.
Give me a sock. What do you want me to do? Let's go. You know?
Exactly. But he did that for her. I mean,
Yeah, didn't even think twice.
No, just
Like,
dropped.
And it is own weird romantic-esque chivalrous. I'm saying that with a really ugly look on my face. Way.
it's chivalry for being devious.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
she didn't even have time to say no. He was already like, I'll do it.
He's like, done.
Yeah, pants off. Let's go. Now, if the guy would have wanted more, there would have been an issue.
Well, part of it was like maybe so she could kind of check him out too. He's standing there. I mean, she's seen it.
I was
But,
gonna say,
you
she's seen
know,
him from every which
but
angle.
why not? He's obviously way confident in his body, and he should be. So he's like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, he's got like a 20-pack.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys really don't care
Sorry,
about us
please stop.
talking about that. Ladies, I know you're enjoying it.
You know, I'm so upset that Nick actually isn't here because they showed so much basketball.
Yes, thank you for calling that.
That I actually thought about Nick the whole time. I was like, he would be so happy because
Right.
it was like the most basketball I think I've seen.
Yeah. But I will say this in my notes too. I wrote down, I was like, we finally get to see basketball, but we didn't see Terrence.
Or
and we
Derek.
didn't see Derek play.
Right.
We only got to see Zero
Zero.
play.
I know.
Whack.
Come on, guys. No.
Let's see some action. We also see Kyle putting together this huge Roman party.
Yeah.
Weird. Okay, we knew she had a thing happen with Oscar last season. You know, when she wore that jersey and she
She got her job back.
Oh, she got yeah. She did a job to get a job.
Exactly. Hey.
But her and Oscar intermingling again, and you know, it's like he flashes the black card, and oop, what do you need? Limitless.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, done.
But okay, at the very end of the episode, he had said something to her about, here's my list of all the high rollers. What's the catch? Oh, I might need your services in the future. This is what crossed my mind. I thought, Mia, are you going to turn her into your next Mia? Call girl.
Well, that's what I was thinking last season, that he was trying to do that to her. And I mean, we didn't see much of Mia's character last year, but from what we saw of it, I mean, obviously Kyle's way more smart and way more like, but she's money hungry, so that can kind of blind you sometimes.
I think if you take a slow approach to it, that's when you start bamboozling people. If you go for the gusto right away, that's when people catch on and say, no thank you.
Yeah.
But when you start wooing people with all these nice things, and of course Kyle likes that nice lifestyle, it could slip into something else.
You're right. And she even made that comment, like, I've never had, like, I could get used to this kind of lifestyle. I think were her exact words. Yeah. So I hope that's not the case.
I hope not either. What did you think about Lionel this episode?
Lionel. Oh, you know, she I really like, at first I did not like her character that much, but she's definitely grown on me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do further expand.
I mean, I feel she's obviously doing what she's doing to get Pete back, but I just feel like she really is genuinely in love with him, and she really is like putting herself out there, and she keeps trying to help him, obviously, to get him, you know, and it's not working and
okay, but then she turns around and she tells a lie on him. You know, they have the whole conversation. It was cute. Okay, first of all, Pete, you have your choice. Like, why? Out of all the people on this show, right? Love Dean Cain, but out of all the people on the show, why does the father of the show have his pick of women?
Yeah, he's a pimp.
Right? So, anyways, going back to, you know, he goes to Lionel for help with the jokes. A little misleading, Pete, because you know she's hanging on your every word. gets his little help from her, and no, you don't ever tell your ex-wife stuff about your personal life.
No.
And so I was really sad when she took that information, of course, used it to tell Sloan.
Yeah, because she knows, like, obviously Sloan and Pete have chemistry and a connection, and she just does not want that going anywhere. That's why, like, when she wanted to help Asha, I was like, is that, you know, I don't know.
Well, actually, you know, if you think about it, though, she was the cause for Raquel and Pete's breakup because she's the one who planted the seed in Raquel's mind. Oh, by the way, he's an alcoholic. You didn't know? Girl, where have you been?
Everyone knows.
Right.
Yeah. So...
ruin Sloan. I think she thinks that she just takes out all the competition, he is hers.
That never works. That's never gonna work. She just needs to, I mean, I like to see her hook up with someone else. Like who
I don't know. But here's my thing. Right? It never works. But do you really want to do just because you 86 all his competition and you're the only thing left?
Yeah, he doesn't want you anyways. Exactly.
Hi, I'll be your third choice. It's okay. No.
Yeah. Speaking of Pete, though, how about the kiss with Sloan?
Ooh, you could tell there was chemistry. Even like right before the kiss, they were leaning in.
Yeah.
But I thought to myself, cue Raquel. Where's Raquel?
Oh, me too. I was like, someone's going to walk in. Yeah. I was like, where? Yeah.
So when it didn't happen, I went, oh. But I will say with Sloan having that picture of her put up in the middle of the roast, she, you know, they mentioned it. I don't want to get into predictions, but in the little preview for next episode, she said, you know, I was laying there naked with a rubber around my arm. And she had mentioned in season 1? She mentioned she dabbled in drugs a little bit just to try to be in Pete's world. So,
He's shooting up. That's
intense, but
you know?
I feel like, as weird as it sounds, that actually might bring her and Pete closer together because now they have to handle this together. I don't think he's going to let her go down.
No, he's not going to let her go down by herself. And he was there with her and went through all that with her. And that's an awful thing that happened to her. You know, I mean, the picture's up on the screen and they're at the roast and...
P.S. At first I thought, why did Yolena being Yolena, why did you bleep out her boobs? Or was that for us at home?
No, the boobs were there. I bet you in real life they were up on that screen.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out as well. Not that I'm trying to see Kimberly Lisa's cupcakes. Tatas. I'm just saying it was very an interesting choice of blurbing. But anyhow, which brings me to the fact that Zero, again working for Team Yolena, went in and started talking to Pete about, learn from experience, blah, blah, blah. Let me throw in a proverb.
Yeah, okay, so can we just, like, talk about, can he stop just, like, quoting the Bible? Like, is it, like...
It's like, real annoying.
Yeah, I mean, it's so ironic, and I always say, like, he is the devil of the devils, and, like, he's really, like, a devil in disguise, and but, like, God, it's annoying. Like, who walks around quoting the Bible?
Yeah, not people that do the things that he does.
No, exactly. He doesn't seem like your little good, like, and like Pete's like, oh, you're a good Christian boy. It's like, oh, no.
Shut up. You really have people fooled?
He has a lot of people fooled.
I guess. And that's the third time. He actually recited a proverb right before Derek and him had that confrontation.
Yeah, to Derek. About envy or or something.
Yeah.
I forgot. But
yeah,
he's just...
See, and that's enough to make me want to punch you in the face. I was like, go, Derek.
I felt so bad for Derek in this episode.
I really did, too. You know what, though? I thought it was interesting that him and Yolena have a rather strange relationship, and we saw that in season 1 as well. It's they're friends, but they're not. They somewhat have each other's back.
Yeah.
Because there was a moment, I don't recall what specifically it was, but in season 1, she gave him some advice or something, insight. This time around, she could have let him walk through that entire roast with the cocaine just on his nostril.
And she gave him the heads up before he went in there. Yeah.
So I thought, okay. And then I thought, too, with all these girls dancing around him and Derek's look on his face when he's looking at these girls.
I know.
I thought, uh-oh.
I was like, Asha.
You're under the influence and you may not be thinking clearly. So quite possibly he might act in a way that's not so pleasing to Asha. But it didn't even get to that point. I really didn't expect him to leave the roast.
I mean, obviously he was under the influence, like you said, and that didn't like help the fact of him staring at his mom's chair and then him getting, I mean, the comedian that was roasting him like really got to him.
Oh yeah. Smart. She was getting down on him. Like some of the things she was saying, I was like, wow. Just talking about STDs and who's got the clap?
Yeah.
Raise your
Who's
hand.
on penicillin?
Right?
Yeah. I was like, oof.
And how awkward to be Asha at that moment too.
It's I think more awkward for her than anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just dating a guy who slept with I don't know.
And not only is awkward for her, but her like mom and dad are in the room as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't even think about that.
I'm like, oh man.
Pete Davenport, you're so proud right now, aren't you? Terrible. What else did I want to? Oh, there's this team up between Raquel and Sloan going on.
Yeah, that's in my notes.
Sloan. Girl, you are gonna get in trouble. Leave it alone. That's why Mia died. Leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm worried about her. She's nosing around and like
too much.
Yeah, way too much.
And Raquel's getting way too involved.
Yeah, her and Raquel are like partners in crime now. Like
the two exes.
Yeah,
that's just weird.
It is weird.
And she's now hiding something as well too.
What's with okay, so yeah, that's what I was curious about. What's with her not wanting to be on the list because of her parking tickets?
Well, because when Jude had access to that list, I believe they were doing background checks on some of the employees.
Oh.
So her thing is, there's parking tickets and I want to make sure it doesn't come up. Something silly. Let me not get kicked out. Exactly. All over. It was written all over her face.
Yeah.
And, interesting little tidbit of information. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this or not, so sorry. But I had talked to one of the cast members, and we were talking about the season finale, and that person had mentioned that the cast doesn't even know what the season finale is.
Yeah.
They filmed different endings to the season, and whatever Sir James La Rosa decides is what will be. And I don't know if that's going to be based on some sort of Twitter contest or just whatever he feels at the moment based on responses that he's gotten rating wise with different characters in the limelight. I'm not sure. But
that's so exciting then. That's so it's got to be like nerve-wracking for the actors, but also like just so cool like that. I've never heard of anyone doing that.
No.
It's brilliant actually.
I love it. I love that the cast comes in here and they're like, well, when we get the script, we don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, it's a surprise to us.
They say that a lot. A lot of times it changes, and then when they go to actually see the episode, it's not what they was supposed to be. So
at the same time too, now that I know this, it makes me wonder if one of the main characters are leaving us this season, and if so, that makes me very sad.
That does make me sad. I don't want anyone to leave.
Yeah, I'm hoping not.
I hope not too.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Derek and Asha have a lot of fighting going on, over dumb stuff.
Yes.
You're like, yes.
Yes.
I don't know. They had their first fight and
they had their makeup and they had their fight and fight makeup and
it's funny. I've noticed. I feel like this season I'm not seeing as much of Asha, even though she is the main character. It's now encompassed all 4 main characters, 5 if you will, and we really get to see everybody's story evenly.
I agree. And even with the dances, you're not seeing her as much.
You really aren't.
That's what I noticed, especially in this last episode. But actually, not to interrupt, but we have a little book that we're going to talk about. We have Miss Maria Menounos' new book, The Every Girl's Guide. Oh God, I can't even talk. Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. So it's on Amazon. Pick it up. It's great. There's a ton of awesome recipes in here. I actually have the book. We both have it, and I was looking at it at home, and there's just like such great tips, and just like she looks great. She lost 40 pounds. She tells you guys how you can do it also, just doing it the right way and not spending a ton of money, which is great.
I would say I love when it's coming from somebody who's actually lived their story that they're writing about, and not someone just making something up and being like, yeah, I'm a dietitian and I know this works. No, I've lived through it. So
well, yeah, you're gonna listen to them.
Great book. Back to our regularly scheduled program. We were talking about the Derek and Asha fighting a lot, and she's being such a good girlfriend at this point, but she is all just tongue tied.
It's how it happened to me too. I don't know, something's going on today, guys.
I get real excited and then I'm a mess. But she's doing a lot of apologizing for his behavior, and German even calls her out on it. And it was interesting because German has some really great strong moments, and we haven't seen that from him in a long time.
Actually, that was probably one of my favorite scenes in this episode, was the scene with Asha and German, and just like him finally being a man and standing up and just like, you don't have to do this anymore, Asha. Obviously they were like high school sweethearts. They still have love for each other. Right. But I think he's more along the lines just probably disgusted with her, with the kind of person she's turned out to be in some sort of a way.
I think it's a little bit of that, and I think it's a little bit of, girl, I'm trying to get over you and you keep popping in and out of my life. And he even said it, like, these game, I don't know if you realize you're giving mixed signals, but you are.
Yeah, and she totally is.
Yeah, obviously you're over him, but you are still a little hung up. You are still a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, when he says, oh, I've moved on, and she's like, you're dating someone? Like,
all watery-eyed on top of that,
who are you seeing? Do I know her? Is she a doubles girl?
Yeah, right? None of your business. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I mean, and even if, I would love to see Derek, wow. I would love to see German dating somebody, because Asha has had so much action, if you will.
Yeah.
Quinkadink. But she's had so much action in her romance in her life, and I know that German's not necessarily a main character per se, but at the same time, let him, now that he's got his career in place, I'd love to see a lady in his life.
Yeah, definitely. Would you like to see someone associated with the whole doubles?
I think that'd be doing too much. I think that it would be predictable if that were to happen, if he started dating another dancer, because then that just leaves room for, let me now throw it in your face. All in season 1, I watched you. Now season 2, guess what? Watch me date somebody and be happy. Yeah. That's too cliche, if you will. I'd like for it to be someone who's sophisticated, who's smart, who's maybe a totally different lifestyle, but the kind of lifestyle where she's a strong, independent woman. So you would still be a little bit jealous of her because she's just so that everything that you're like,
Lionel.
I mean, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
A little bit of an age gap, I think, but that would be interesting. Hey, she's a cougar.
And she was with Pete, and, Pete gave him the opportunity, and...
that would be a good one.
Yeah.
And I would laugh so hard if that happens, because you're real good at predicting stuff. James LaRosa's listening to us right now, watching us, and cursing you.
Laila, stop.
Be quiet.
I have an inside scoop.
Right? Oh, and I remembered now when I was saying that Derek and Asha were fighting, they were actually fighting because Asha's defending German, and just defending his decision. Like, hey, he wouldn't take you out of the game like that to be deceitful. Yeah. He's really good at his job.
Yeah. No, there's a little, he's definitely trying to get back at him, but he also is listening to Zero, and just like really wants to like show himself as like a coach and like in his career and as a man. So but the fact that he's just, what do you think about the fact that he just kind of listened to Zero like right off the bat? I mean, he obviously probably wants to take Derek down a little bit too, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that at first he was very hesitant, and then he actually looked at the plays, and maybe they were good plays, so he thought, okay. And the thing is Zero added this little, food for thought. If my plays work out and we win a ring, guess who gets to shine? You. Because you made that call. This is your opportunity.
And make his career.
Exactly. And so who's not going to think about that twice and go, I'm glad you said that, though, because one thing I caught on to, and I don't know if you did as well, is when Derek was talking to, I don't know who he was talking to, but it came up that the plays were from Ohio.
I think it came up when he first took the plays to German, that in Ohio, this is what we did.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Derek went to apologize. First of all, big ups to Derek for putting his pride aside and having some rational thought to let me apologize to this guy. Goes to apologize to Derek. Why am I doing that tonight? Why?
German,
like the country.
German.
I said that
The
Italian.
G.
It's terrible. So he goes to apologize to German, and German is the one who accidentally says, yeah, well, it worked for Ohio. And you see Derek's brain start going like, oh, okay, I see what's going on right now. And that makes him realize that obviously the plays came from Zero. They didn't just come from German
putting them together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that to me means...
that's why I'm sorry, I should say who I'm speaking about. That's why Derek is so like, just like, why is everyone backing up this guy Zero? Like, he's so angry about everyone's got this guy's back. And to Terrence, it's like, you're my boy. Like, you're going to back this guy up. You don't even know him. Like, what's up with that? And he's just so like you said, Terrence is on drugs. He's not thinking right. Everyone's not thinking right,
What is going on?
Guys, pull it together.
I know, right? Kyle's the only one who's got a head on her shoulders. She's not necessarily using it for honorable purposes, but she's got her head on
she's
straight.
Using it.
Exactly. She is.
Smart girl.
She definitely is. I will say that. What else did I want to bring up before? Because I got tons. Y'all know I like pictures. So if you're listening to the iTunes podcast, go on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Check
you
our
can
pictures
see
out.
the fabulous pictures, because some of these are real nice for both the ladies and the gentlemen.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, I just got shot into news. Okay, so I'll have our engineer pull up our lovely pictures today. I like to focus on different cast members. Somebody we haven't seen a lot of this season since we progressed is Rick Fox.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that he was an actual NBA basketball player, so it's cool to see him in this role. Granted, he's been doing a few things here and there anyway. And the same thing with Dean Cain. Dean Cain being a former athlete and having the opportunity to really sit and talk to him about playing pro ball and stuff like that. So really cool. Our first picture.
Oh.
Oh, look at
So
it's
young.
Baby Rick. It's Rick
Baby Rick.
when he's a sophomore.
Oh my gosh.
In high school with a little fro. You know what I meant to look up, and any of you Rick Fox fans, please feel free to tweet at me if you like, is what his ethnicity is. Obviously, he's African American, but he's got to be mixed with something, or he almost looks like he's mixed with Middle Eastern.
Could be, or Hawaiian or something. Maybe not Hawaiian.
I don't know. It doesn't strike me as that. Well, anyways, please, fans, tweet at us. Next picture, please. Oh, hello. This is the more
Mr. Sexy
current
Rick Fox.
version of him. Maybe a few years ago, but still very sexy. MCM, hashtag MCM, man, crush
Oh,
my
yeah.
days. Let's go to our next picture. And this is him actually playing ball. This
That's
is
a great
him when
shot.
when we played when we played for the Lakers.
You
me
were
and
on the
all-
Lakers?
Me and all 5'2.5"
You're
of
dunking.
me. Yeah, FYI, hey, little camera chick, I am sitting on a phone book right now just so I can reach my mic. True story. Okay, next picture. More action shots. I think I picked this picture because his hair is really long in this picture, and I was just showing the versatility because, the last picture he was bald, and this picture he's just got hair for days.
Switching it up with the hair.
Yes. Next picture. Good action shot. This one is
Oh,
my
that's great.
favorite shot. For those of you who are listening, he's about to dunk the ball mid-air, just stagged and against Chicago. Yeah.
Look at the guy behind him, though. Just reaching for it.
Right. I'm wondering if he actually made that shot. Anyhow, next picture, please. And I picked this picture because it's the lovely Maria Menounos.
Aw.
She's doing an interview for Extra here with, it looks like Dane Cook.
Is that Dane? Yeah.
Dane Cook is behind them, and then with Rick Fox. So, I had the big ups to the boss lady. Next picture, please. And he was on Dancing with the Stars, and a lovely picture of him with some eyeliner on. It's a little weird. A little different.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that look. Wow.
Some eyeliner and a mohawk. Okay, going into our next picture. An action shot. What is the irony in this? That he was on a dance. He's on a dance show, right? And he was on Dancing with the Stars. And a lot of our cast members for Hit the Floor actually somehow in their past have done some sort of dancing.
Yeah, they have. I mean, even the ones that aren't dancers on the show.
Yeah, Kimberly Elise really used to dance. Who else was it? I think Charlotte Ross did a little bit of dancing.
It's like sometimes like you attract certain things to you, or it's something that they're passionate about in some way. So it's kind of great.
Yeah. Let's go into our next picture, please. Okay, this picture is a picture of Spike Lee and Kevin Hart. And we already know Kevin Hart. He's a little bit on the shorter side. I'm not mad at that.
Rick Fox looks like a giant.
That's the point of this picture. Look at how tall he looks in this picture. It's like, holy cow.
Didn't even know he was that tall. I mean, obviously he's a...
It gets better. Wait till you see my next picture. Let's go to the next picture. This,
Oh my God.
no joke, legit, is his little sister.
Wait. So...
Look at how tall she is.
No, but just like her, him, and then...
The younger young lady next to him, that is his girlfriend that he's been dating since, I believe, 2009.
Oh, my
She looks
gosh.
remarkably similar to
I was trying to figure out who
Leighton Meester. Meester.
Oh, yeah, Leighton Meester, yeah.
Yes, from, I used to watch the show all the time, Gossip Girl.
yes.
Yes. Remarkably similar. Anyway, my goodness. And you know what kills me? I love you, and I don't mean this in an offensive way, but she's wearing heels.
I know, I just looked at
Have
her
you ever
heels.
noticed that? How tall women still wear heels? I'm short, and I wear heels, and, I couldn't even imagine.
They don't care, they're already tall,
But
know?
yeah, like, hey, fluff it, whatever.
Might as well...
Anyhow, those are my pictures. That was my
Those are great
theme
pictures.
for today. And then let's get into some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I took some notes. Obviously, you guys hear me talk about notes all the time, but I took some notes as I was watching the preview so we can touch up on some of the things that happened during this sneak peek. And first one was Raquel saying that she's hiding something about Olivia. Like, Olivia has something on her.
Yeah.
Which could lead to a potential plot against her. I don't know, because
Well, what did Raquel do? Or,
I don't
Olivia's
know.
dead.
I don't know, but it was on her record, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
One that she still has a hold of because she kept her file from Oscar's files.
That's
And
true.
then who else was it? Oh, and then we see a little snippet of a coffee barista saying to Derek, "Oh, I remember you with the blonde girl that's dead now."
Oh, yeah.
First of all, tacky. The girl that's dead. Remember, I saw you with her. And it's funny how Derek's just like, Oh, it wasn't me.
Some other
other
guy.
Some other guy.
Not me.
Yeah, that wasn't obvious. No, yeah, actor. Okay, and then the part where we see Asha finally saying to Yolena, all right, cool, you came for me? All right, cool. You want to come after my mom? Oh, it's on. I'm coming for you.
Thank God, finally.
That excites me
I know.
a
I'm
lot
like, fight.
because I want to see what can Asha pull out of her back pocket. You've been around all this maliciousness. I'm sure you learned a thing or two. What could you possibly do to Yolena?
Sweet little Asha, you know, she has been around all of the maliciousness. But, you know, she's going to finally just be like, you know what? Gloves are off. I'm playing dirty. And she's going to get some dirt on Yolena. And you know there's dirt on Yolena.
Well, you know what would be really interesting going into prediction-ish is if she were to dig up enough dirt to find out the truth behind what happened between Yolena and her mother, dig that up, all shit hits the fan, and then Asha, having the conscience that she does, will go, oh my God, I'm sorry. Because we know now that, you know, she was a victim of abuse, this, that, whatever. And Asha has such a heart. I feel like she would empathize after she just caused everything.
I could see her being like that too, doing that, like taking Yolena down and then be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, whereas Yolena would be like,
not even bad an eyelash.
right. We talked about how Sloan making mention of the rubber around her arm, so maybe we'll learn a little bit more about her past drug use.
Dark past there.
I don't know. Oh, another big one. Okay. Terrence and Yolena are not over. We saw the little dancey dance that they're doing. I mean, you have a lot of history. How do you give that one up, right? But then we see Zero coming in talking about, oh, you got to choose between me and Derek. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't ever do that to a girl. I mean,
don't
first of all.
Don't do it to a girl. Don't do it to a guy. Just don't do that because it's not going to.
I was going to say not going to end well.
Yeah, Jinx, it is not going to go the way you expected it to go.
Yeah, she has so much. Gosh, I can't talk today. History with Terrence.
You can't beat history.
And they have that like connection. Just, you know, she wants him back.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this will be a very interesting path because we need to have we need to have a Terrence episode. We need to know what's going on with the knee, with the drugs, with everything else.
Yeah, and also I think Yolena, I don't think Zero is the best thing for her. I think she needs that soft side of Terrence. Like it balances
he humanizes her.
Exactly.
Well, it looks like we're getting kicked off the air. So, no, just kidding. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please keep in touch with us. Tweet at us. It's very important for us as hosts to communicate and connect with you guys. So, follow us. You can follow me at Kiss My Passport.
You can follow me at Laila Sadny, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Ditto. Except not at Laila Sadny. You can find me at Alikona Bradford. Just the Twitter is at Kiss My Passport. And you can also go to my website, which is alikonabradford.wix.com/television host. And if you're there and you like what you see, hit like. It always helps us out. Thank you so much. And we will see you, hopefully with the whole crew. It's much anticipated next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.